Welcome to episode 28 of the Three Sportsmen podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kurt.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Trey.
And in this week's episode, we are going to be doing 3-minute takeaways for week 7 of the 2020 NFL season, giving you our weekly NFL tank update. But first, we'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, check out other episodes of the podcast, like, comment, all that, and follow us on social media, on Twitter,
At podcast T3S.
and on Instagram.
At T3S Podcast.
We really appreciate any support. So let's get started. 3-minute takeaways. We each get 1 minute to share our takeaways from week 7. Trey, you're going to start, then it'll be Sam, and I'll finish off. Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Trey, your time starts now.
All right, so I'm going to talk about a game that I want to refer to as the choke bowl between the Lions and the Falcons. They both just tried to blow the game. I mean, Todd Gurley, he did a run. He could have went down. They could have ran the clock out, kicked the game-winning field goal. That would have been a chip shot. He decides to run into the end zone. Then Stafford drives him down the field, gets the touchdown pass, and then Danny Amendola does an unsportsmanlike penalty. And then the extra point is over 40 yards, and they made it. So the Lions did beat the Falcons. Atlanta, it's a tough sports town right now with the Braves and the Falcons. But, I mean, these two teams, very similar. I would say like a B-level quarterbacks, both sides. Both have solid number one receivers. Both have just miserable defenses. They both did have choking coaches, but I just thought it was a lot of similarities.
All right, Sam, your time starts now.
All right, so I just wanted to talk about Joe Burrow today. So he had 406 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception, and still lost. This just shows that Joe Burrow needs an offense. If Joe Burrow can get an actual solid offensive line and maybe get a little bit more weapons, I think he can definitely be a top quarterback in the NFL, and he's definitely living up to the hype. I can tell you that. There are a lot of people that doubted him, but he's living up. And also another quarterback, Justin Herbert. Another insane week for him. There's not really much else you could say. He's just been being insane week in, week out.
Rookie of the year, who do you have?
Between those two,
Yeah.
I'm taking Joe Burrow just because he's got the least amount of weapons and he's actually making do. He's still actually putting up like 400 yards, like 300. He's got
great stats.
Herbert's making a case, though. Herbert's up there now.
Yeah.
5 straight games for Joe Burrow over 300 yards passing.
It's crazy.
With no offensive line.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Pittsburgh's offense, absolutely amazing. Deontay Johnson, he's fantasy gold right now. Seriously, he is absolutely amazing. They have Chase Claypool, he didn't really do too much, but he's still a great weapon to have. Ebron's getting involved. James Conner, great running back. That defense is absolutely insane. Tennessee is a second half team. We kind of knew that from last year. But this week really just confirmed that they can come back against basically any team, even one as strong as the Pittsburgh Steelers. Derrick Henry is a monster. Ryan Tannehill, he's actually pretty solid right now. A.J. Brown is great. Then shifting to the New York Jets, Sam Darnold's career may still be salvageable if he gets a good head coach. Gase wasn't calling plays this weekend, and he was not as horrible as he usually was. Just get him to Bruce Arians at Tampa Bay. All right, so that's been 3-minute takeaways with the Three Sportsmen for week 7 of the 2020 NFL season. Let us know your takeaways from the week in the comments below. So now it's time for something we've done for the past couple weeks. It hasn't been official, but we're going to make it an official segment now. The weekly tank update for the NFL. We're going to be going off of Tankathon's 2021 NFL mock draft standings. It's going to be
Jets tried to
interesting.
do it. The Jets tried to do it. They almost won a game.
They did.
So they're 0-7 right now, right?
Yep.
Are they gonna win a game? Let's just see. Like, are they gonna play
Let's-
anyone bad?
and
Let's look at their schedule.
0-16. 0-16.
Who was the last one? The
0-16.
Lions?
No, it was the Browns.
Of course, it was the Browns.
Oh, God. They have Kansas City next week.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna be like Clemson with Trevor Lawrence. He's just gonna sit at halftime. Mahomes.
Then they have the Patriots,
Oh, that's a loss.
Chargers,
That's a loss.
Loss.
Dolphins,
Loss.
Loss.
Raiders,
Loss.
Seahawks,
Blowout.
Loss.
Rams,
Loss.
Loss.
Browns,
Loss.
Patriots.
Loss.
Loss. They could very much go 0-16. If they go
They-
0-16, like it. I mean, if they go 0-16, that's just. Did I say yes?
The only team that I could see them potentially beating, and it depends on how the other team's quarterback plays, would be the
The
Patriots.
Raiders. Yeah.
It's just not the same Patriots team as it's usually been.
It's true. Maybe the Rams, depending on how they play. I think the
No,
Rams
I
are
think-
overrated.
McVay is so much smarter than Adam Gase.
That's true.
Trey, are you worried about the Rams tomorrow night?
I don't know. I think the Rams are overrated. Their 4 wins are against the NFC East. I mean, Aaron Donald's going to get 2 or 3 sacks. I mean, we all know that's going to
I mean,
happen.
Donald's
but
amazing.
They kept it close with they kept it close with Buffalo.
It's true.
Yeah. And that was a comeback.
I think we could win. Leonard
That was
Floyd's
a-
definitely going to get a sack, though, against us. You already know that's going to happen.
Well, that's right. Leonard Floyd is on the Rams now.
The only games he would come and play good for were against the Packers, and I'm not even kidding.
Hey, you should have came to the Packers then.
You guys can have him.
Okay, bet. We'll take him. Love to have him.
We'll take Za'Darius back.
Nope. You never had
Never had Za'Darius.
No, we'll take him in return.
He was a
'Cause
Baltimore guy.
Za'Darius is literally like and I still cannot believe that the Texans actually put a tight end for a whole drive. The Texans put a tight end on Za'Darius Smith.
Well, their O-line is horrible aside from Tunsil, so
Hey, we're going to put a tight end on him because we don't have any offensive linemen either.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
We'll put Cole or Jimmy.
Oh yeah, put Cole against him. See what happens.
no, go with Jimmy.
Like,
I kind of need
like-
Jimmy to not get any fantasy points
I like
tomorrow night.
I
so
like Cole. I like Cole so much that I would never wish that upon him.
yeah, let Cole Kmet do the scoring so that Jimmy Graham can not score fantasy points because
Hey, we'll
that's
put
Poor
Demetrius
kid.
Harris on him.
Poor rookie, man. You know, like
let the vet take him.
first time ever playing the Packers, and he's got to go up against like one of the top pass rushers in the NFC North.
I don't think he's actually going to block him. I was just kind of joking, but I doubt it.
You never know.
Never know.
Weirder things have happened. Nelson Aguilar is actually a somewhat decent receiver now.
Oh, he's actually
Well-
really good now. I don't know why.
We can all agree that Za'Darius Smith is a top pass rusher in the NFC North.
It's stacked.
Probably say he's third, but
Well, Khalil Mack is obviously one.
Khalil
Oh,
Mack,
yeah.
and then two is a toss up. It's between Za'Darius Smith and Danielle Hunter.
Fully healthy Daniil Hunter is easily number 2.
Yeah.
Za'Darius is 3, if that's the case.
It's fair.
I don't even know what would be next.
I don't know, either Quinn or Flowers probably.
Yeah.
It
Depends
could have been
if Quinn's
Ngakoue,
healthy.
but they traded him away for a third.
How do you feel, Kurt? You guys
I mean,
traded a
it's-
second for him originally.
it seems pretty clear.
Would we consider Kenny Clark a pass rusher?
Well, technically, yeah, he's a D tackle, but I think we were talking specifically more about edge rushers. Than,
Yeah.
If we're talking edge rushers, then okay.
So, Ngakoue, it seems like his condition was winning because that's why he wanted out of Jacksonville. Minnesota wasn't going to win. They were going to get whatever Baltimore was willing to give him, which, I mean, a late third round pick is basically a fourth though for Baltimore.
Yeah,
So
it's not
That-
much.
Dude,
Baltimore does have his second though. If they gave their second,
didn't Baltimore get Calais Campbell for like a 6th or a
for a
7th?
fifth, it was for a
There
fifth.
was some
Yeah.
stat where they gave up like nothing and got like 3 really good players in the
They've-
last year.
Their GM is
Because didn't they get
on a whole
They
nother
got-
level.
Jarrell Casey?
No, Casey's on the Broncos.
Oh, that's right.
They got Campbell.
They got
And
Calais
they got someone
Campbell
else
and
too,
then
didn't they?
Ngakwe.
They got. I'm trying to think.
I can't remember.
They got me. I'm just
In a
that
trade,
insane.
they got Peters in a trade.
Yeah, but they gave up like virtually like
They
nothing
gave up
for how
virtually
good
nothing
those
for Marcus
players are.
Peters. And right now, Tankathon, our source for mock draft information,
Goated.
they have Baltimore getting Rashad Bateman in the first round.
And that would just be unfair.
That'd be unfair. That,
we
that,
said
that
that
would just
People were saying that last year about Patrick Queen, and
Patrick Queen's good.
he is great.
Let's see what we
Patrick
got
Queen
here.
has not been bad.
What's an interesting pick here in the first round?
Right now, the Bears says they're projecting Kyle Trask. How do you feel about
Good.
that, Trey?
I'm good. Let's get an O lineman. Bottom 3 O line in the league is my opinion on the Bears offensive line. So let's
Do
get a
you
real
guys-
O lineman.
Are there even any good offensive linemen coming out this year besides Leatherwood, Sewell?
Anyone in
Yeah.
the draft is better than what we have.
Cosme from Texas, he's a tackle. Wyatt Davis
bad.
from Ohio State. Then Trey Smith, Tennessee. Really, the only 2 guys out of that group that I really would be fine with for the Vikings, if they're not good enough or willing to trade up for a Justin Fields or a Trevor Lawrence.
Walker Little from Stanford.
True. But I would go Wyatt Davis because he's actually a guard.
What would it take to get Fields, do you think, in a trade? Like for
Well,
anyone?
I mean, it
Yeah,
depends with
obviously,
who are we saying has that pick originally.
Well, right now it's the Jags, and I don't think they would trade.
So
pick.
right now, I agree. As long as Dave Gettleman is with the Giants, they are not going to give up on Daniel Jones. Not yet.
And honestly, should they? Like, if they get more weapons for Daniel Jones, you don't know. He could be. I don't
His
know.
awareness is
didn't
scary,
Jamie Newman
scary
opt
bad
out?
sometimes.
That's true. And if they get so well, that could be a huge upgrade.
They drafted Thomas, though, at left tackle.
Oh.
So unless Sewell, because Sewell is usually a left tackle, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, didn't Jamie Newman opt out? Something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, Sewell is a left tackle, so I don't think they would move Thomas or Sewell for that matter.
So maybe they would shop the pick and just get a ton.
They could.
So what would it take, do you think?
I
Well, it
mean,
depends
I'm
where
think-
you
I'm
are,
thinking
too.
I think it depends, number one, where you are. I think it's going to be at least a first. Depending on how far, I would say maybe next year's as well. That would have to be for like Trevor or someone, though.
Like, the
well-
Vikings trading for Fields would be a lot cheaper than the Bears because they're going to be way
Yeah.
higher up.
I'm thinking it would be
They're-
like, I would not mind like a Trubisky type trade to jump one spot.
What if he ends up like Trubisky?
I'm way more confident about Justin Fields because I actually
Oh, so am I.
I've watched a few more Ohio State games than I have for other quarterbacks who have been in recent drafts. So
Ooh.
I think Fields is different. He's not the typical Ohio State quarterback.
he had that
like,
SEC
is a
experience
bust.
too. I think it's not everything, but it's a little bit.
Packers getting Eric Stokes in the 3rd round. That's a steal.
The only thing I don't like with the Vikings draft is they're not going to have a second unless they trade into one.
I wouldn't. It's so tough with Trey Lance. I don't know if because
I
there's
really
such
don't
a
love him
Sam,
that
what are your
such
much.
thoughts
a-
on Trey Lance?
there's a huge drop off. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
There's a massive drop off between
One of them
Lance,
might be good
between Lawrence
after
and
Fields.
Fields.
Yeah, one of them might be good. I'm just not sure which one it is, and I think the rest are going to be bust.
I don't think Kyle Trask is gonna be that good.
I don't either.
Can we talk about
Like-
the other Kyle from Florida, Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts, is he? Do I even see him in the first round? Or am
Oh, he's
I-
He's
18th.
18th.
Oh, 18. Okay, yeah.
For the
I was about to
Jags.
say.
Okay, this is different tight end wise because the Bears took an early tight end last year, and there's like no one else. And this year, there's like what? How many in the first few rounds?
There-
3.
There are a
It's
few.
an IOL. Oh, inside offensive. Is that IOL? Is that inside offensive lineman?
That's a guard and center.
Okay. So
Oh,
he's like a
okay.
mix. Why do we don't need an offensive lineman. We don't need another offensive lineman.
You
You
could
always
take
need more
one, and we'll
offensive
take
linemen.
your other guys.
No. Bateman would still be on the board. Why would we not take Bateman?
Is this going to happen again? You guys don't take a
Do
receiver?
we just not like receivers or something like that? Do we just not?
I don't know.
Well, they have you
What-
getting Seth Williams.
In the
From
second
Auburn.
round. Well, see, the pick after that, it has you guys getting Terrence Marshall. If
What do
he's
you-
still on the board, I would take him.
What
I
do
would
you
take
think of
Terrence
him?
Marshall. Terrence Marshall,
Yeah.
he's underrated. He's a really, really good receiver.
I'll take him.
You have a comparison for him by any chance?
I mean, he's 6'4", 200 pounds, so he's a pretty tall guy. I
That is
mean,
pretty tall.
I would probably, in now's NFL, I would probably say Mike Evans.
Okay.
Because he's a little bit more physical. Because from what I've seen, anyways, Terrence Marshall seems like he's a lot more of a physical guy, as Mike Evans is as well.
I mean, got the height.
Speed is not his like. That's not his thing. Like speed, like he's got some speed, but it's just like that's not his
He has the height of like a Megatron or a DK, but not the speed.
exactly.
So he's more of a Mike Evans.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Who's your number one sleeper for the draft so far?
Jalen Waddle.
How far down do you think he's going to drop because of the injury?
Yeah, because that's a big injury.
I think he might fall out of the first round, maybe.
I'm
Are
just
you
going to
thinking
say
like
this
a-
right now. If he drops to the Bears, I want the Bears to take him.
Well, yeah, that would be amazing.
It's
mean,
not going
last-
to happen. I
Last
doubt it.
Bama guy who got hurt and fell to you guys, Trey, that worked out really well.
What was it?
Oh, Eddie Jackson.
Eddie Jackson.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
I don't know why I thought you were going to like Amari Cooper or something.
No.
Eddie Jackson, that saved
Great
that
pick.
draft because that was the Trubisky draft.
They have Sean Wade at 17. He's going to move up, I guarantee you. Or Rondale Moore, either Jalen Waddle or Rondale Moore.
Well, I don't know.
Fair,
Who?
to be fair, all of these receivers are underrated.
I think it's gonna be another deep class.
Yep, there are a lot of great receivers. So
But you can also find them late. That's the
like
thing.
Jamar Chase
And-
obviously is worth that early first.
Oh, well, yeah. Hang on, Jamar Chase. I don't think is underrated. He's getting I think he's the only receiver in this draft that's not underrated.
I mean,
Where do they have them?
right now they have him 5
5.
going to the Dolphins.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that. That would be a nice fit.
As much as I'd love to see that, depending on who's on the board, I would consider passing to get another position you need or just best player available, whether or not that's Chase.
Hey, if I
That would
Get a
be
Jalen Waddle
overkill.
later. Miami
That'd
has
be
2
over.
firsts.
That'd be overkill for the Vikings at wide receiver.
No, I'm saying for the Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
For the Dolphins, get best player available at 5, other than Jamar Chase, and then use your actual first round pick to draft Jalen Waddle. Keep that Tua Waddle connection going.
Yeah, that's true. They should get an O-lineman though too.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking like they drafted Austin Jackson.
Oh my God, they have so many picks.
Who?
The Lions get Paris Ford.
Harris
Kurt,
Ford
they-
is actually really good.
Kurt, they got to get Najee Harris from Alabama in the second round.
Miami?
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know if they go running back.
I like Gaskins.
I like Gaskins. And then the same thing goes for Hubbard to Tampa Bay.
Gaskin was he was the Washington guy, right?
What do you mean
I think
Washington
so.
guy?
He played at
He
Washington.
played at
with,
Washington?
Browning.
Yeah, he played at Washington.
Bro, what even happened to Jake Browning?
I don't know. Jake Browning?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Jake Browning's he's a Viking.
Really?
Yes.
How many quarterbacks do you have?
You only need one, Kurt.
Yeah,
Nate
you guys
Stanley.
have you guys
You
have
have
Kirk
Kirk?
Cousins.
I'm pretty sure Mannion is still there.
You guys have Mannion, Nate Stanley, Jake Browning. You guys have everybody.
Yeah, but Browning I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on Browning, but I know for sure Stanley is a practice squad guy.
Who had D Hop on their fantasy team?
Me.
He just got something. He got a long touchdown catch.
Oh yes, let's go. It's not against Kurt, I don't think. No, it's not.
We're playing each other in fantasy this week.
Yeah, it's a very competitive matchup.
Gonna be good.
I need to win. Actually, I don't know. It's 2 playoff teams. We'll be fine.
It's gonna be interesting.
Bills Mafia is better than.
Trey
Hey, what's
White
your
Gully
name, Kurt?
Academy. The Battle of the Bills themes.
Bills
Yeah.
Mafia.
Browning is a practice squad guy.
Let's go D-Hop.
All right. So those were our thoughts on week 7 of the 2020 NFL season. We gave you our weekly tank update. If you like the podcast, remember to subscribe, follow us on social media. It's a weekly podcast, so be sure to tune in next week. And remember, trust the podcast.